Hello everybody, welcome to Totally Tabled. My name is Shaggy, and today I'm doing a full playthrough of Onoda. Onoda is a solitaire survival game that recreates the experiences of Japanese soldier Hiro Onoda, who famously continued to fight on a remote Philippine island for almost 30 years after the end of World War II. Now I went ahead and I got everything set up for the game. Remove cards 5 and 43 from the event deck, and then shuffle. Also shuffle the mission deck. Most of the events in the game are based on Onoda's real-life experiences. As such, there is a variant you can play where you keep the cards in order, so that the events occur pretty much as they did in history. For this game, I'm going to be playing with everything all mixed up. Now place the honor and paranoia markers at 0 and the health marker at 10. Onoda's pawn starts at camp. Then randomize the object markers and place one in each other region of the island. Place the object tokens on the backpack tile, with each activated except for the radio. You start with 2 of the 3 companions, Kazuka and Shimada. Lastly, fill the action bag with all 12 resource tokens. And that's it, setup is complete. Don't worry if you don't know how to play, because I'm going to teach the rules as I play, just like I always do. So let's just jump on in and get started. Onoda takes place over a maximum of 6 rounds, with each round representing 5 years, from 1945 to 1974. The first thing you do each round is to draw a mission card. We got radar, which tells us to sabotage the construction of the radar facility. At the top right of the card, it shows that this mission is taking place in the 500 region. So we'll just go ahead and place our mission marker in that region to remind us. It then shows us that in order to complete this mission, we need to pass an alarm check and to deactivate our gun. You'll see how alarm checks work very soon. Below that, it'll then show us what we'll gain if we're successful. In this case, we'll get an honor and we'll get to lower our paranoia by 1. If we fail, we'll actually gain a paranoia and lose a heart. Now we get to take actions, and we can take as many actions as we want. We basically get to decide when the round ends. And there's 2 main things we're trying to accomplish. 1, we would like to complete the mission, and 2, we need to get food, in this case rice, so that it will feed us and our companions. We always need 2 food, and our companions need 2 food if they're activated, and 3 food if they've been deactivated. Right now they're both activated, so in total we need to get 6 food. Now we can end the round without completing our mission and without getting food, but there are consequences to that, as you'll see. Ultimately, our goal is to survive the 6 rounds. We'll end the game early if our health gets all the way to 0, if our paranoia gets to 10, or if when our health and paranoia marker cross, we fail a paranoia check. I'll explain that when it inevitably happens, but for now, let's just focus on taking some actions. And we have 4 different actions that we can choose from. We can move, we can raid, we can repair, and we can accomplish our mission. And we can do those things in any order and any number of times that we want. I think before I accomplish this mission, I want to try to get some food. So I'm going to first take a move action, and that will allow me to move our marker into an adjacent space. So I'm just going to move right over here. After we move, we need to place an alarm token down. And that's it. That's moving. It's that simple. I would now like to take a raid action, and you can do this in any region. The first thing you have to do is do an alarm check. Because there's 1 alarm in this region, we need to draw a token from the bag that is greater than 1. So basically anything other than a 0 or a 1, and we'll be successful in this check. Okay, there we go. We got a 5. That means we succeed in the raid and we can now get some food. And once again, we just draw that from this bag because these tokens are 2-sided. These are technically known as resources. So we'll draw one, and unfortunately, we only got 1 food. That wasn't a very good draw. Now we must trigger an event by drawing an event card. Let's see what we get. All right, we got batteries. There's basically 3 different types of events. Some events have an immediate effect that happens right away, and then the card is just discarded. There's also round events that continue to affect the play for that round, so you just leave it off to the side and then discard it at the end of the round. And the last type of event is one like this. These are known as reserve events. These are cards that we get to keep in our reserve, and we can use them at some other time when the time is right. The number of reserve cards that you can have at any one time is equal to your active companions plus 1. So in this case, we have 2 active companions, so we could hold up to 3 of these cards. This particular card will let us either repeat a check that we've done. So if we fail a check, we can spend this, discard it, in order to try that check again. Or this card's going to let us activate the radio, which starts the game deactivated, as well as letting us draw another resource. Activating that radio can lead to some pretty good stuff here in this deck. So I won't activate it yet, but I think that's what I'll probably end up doing with this card. Now that we've resolved the event, we have to place another alarm in the region. Essentially, you're going to be placing alarms after every action. And then at the very end of the action, we take any tokens that we've placed here and we put them back into the bag. And there we go. That was a successful raid. Now, if I wanted, I could try to do another raid here, and I actually think that's a pretty good idea. So let's do another raid. Now there's 2 alarms there, so we're going to need a 3 or higher. And there we go. That's a failure. Now, when you fail an alarm check, you have to look down here to see where your round marker is. We're here in this first spot, and it shows a heart, so that means we're going to lose 1 health. Once we enter the latter half of the game, we'll stop losing health and we'll start losing or gaining paranoia. So we're not going to get any food, but we still have to do an event. This is an immediate effect. It says a cow lasts a year. Ooh, so this is a tough choice. We could deactivate our gun and gain 2 resources, or we could perform a check, and if we succeed, we'll get 2 resources. But if we fail, we'll lose a resource, lose our only food, and gain a paranoia. Now, normally I would deactivate my gun no problem to get those 2 resources, but we need our gun activated in order to perform the mission. And the thing to keep in mind is that this 1 is now out of circulation. So if we were to do a check, that 1 wouldn't be in there. So now we just have to avoid the 0 and the 2. So our chances are pretty good at succeeding on this check. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for the check. Our chances are high. Ah, there we go. We got a 5, so we succeeded. We're now going to get 2 resources. This is going to be really helpful. The food here goes from 1 to 3, I believe. Oh, there we go. Grabbed a 3 and a 2. So that was an incredibly successful event. Just discard it. We now actually have all the food that we need. That is incredible. Once again, we put out an alert token. Keep in mind that if a region gets 6 alert tokens, then we increase our paranoia by 1. So we'd like to avoid that. End of the turn. These go back in the bag. Now, since we have all the food that we need, I think let's just go ahead and move into this region. This is a small region here, so a little tight. Got to put that alert out. And now we can take an action to achieve this goal or this mission. We need to perform a check and we need to deactivate our gun. We have to deactivate the gun whether we are successful or not on this check. Just need a 2 or higher. Okay, got it. 3. So we're going to gain an honor. And if we had paranoia, we would lose it, but we have 0 paranoia, so we're good. We can take this off here just to show that we've completed that. Just like with raiding, when we do that, we have to draw an event card. It's another reserve card. It says horse racing. Wow, this is cool. So this would let us repeat a check. Or if our radio was active, which we can do with the batteries, we can reactivate one of our companions and gain a heart. Or we can lose 2 paranoia. So these two actually work well together. And of course, place out an alarm token. And this goes back. We've now accomplished everything that we wanted to accomplish. We completed the mission and we have enough food to feed ourselves. So we're going to basically just end the round. And the way we do that is by moving back to camp. So let's just go ahead and move over there. Again, the move action is the only one where you don't have to do a check and then play an event. All the other actions, you have to do an alarm check, then do the event, and then place out an alarm token. Now that we're at camp, we can basically just declare the end of the round. It's not an action, so you don't have to do anything. You just declare it. The first thing we do is reduce the alarm of every single region by 1. So we're just going to remove 1 alarm from every region. We now check our resources and feed ourselves. Again, we need 2, 4, 6, and we have exactly that. However much we were short, we would lose a heart for each one. And if we had any excess food for each one, we could remove up to 1 alarm in any region, right? But at the most, 1 per region. There we go. These go back into the bag. We move the marker. So we're now in round 2, and we're going to draw the next mission. We have the plantation. It tells us to destroy the rice plantation, and the location is Lubang. Now, as you can see, in order to complete this mission, we're going to need to deactivate our weapon and then do an alarm check. Well, right now, our weapon is deactivated, so we're going to need to go repair it. And that's the final action that I haven't shown yet. Now, I want to stress, you don't have to complete the mission in order to move on to the next round. What you'll lose out on is, whatever rewards you'll get, but mostly you're losing out on the honor. And at the end of the game, every honor that we've collected is worth 10 points. We're trying to score as many points as we can. The main way we're going to get points at the end of the game is through honor, as well as, our companions, keeping our gear activated. We'll also get 10 points for every health that we have remaining, but we're going to lose 10 points for every paranoia that we have at the end of the game. So let's go ahead and move up here and show off the last action that you can take. Before we do, though, I think I will spin these batteries in order to activate our radio. That's also going to let us get a food. So let's dig in here and get that. Just 1 food. Now, the good thing about that is it does take the 2 out of the bag, so that's pretty good. We're now going to take the repair action. In order to do that, you need to be in a region that shows the object marker that matches the object that you want to repair, that you want to turn from its deactivated side to its activated side. So in our case, it's the rifle here. Once again, we're going to take an alarm check. Oh, there's another 2, but that's all we needed. Okay, wow. Okay, so apparently there's multiple 2s. I didn't realize that. But all we had to do was beat a 1. If you tie, that's a loss. You have to get more than the alarm value. So that's a success. Bam, we now have that available to complete our mission here, which is good. Once again, we need to then draw an event. Okay, this is malaria. Once again, repeat a failure or activate the med kit item and gain a resource. And we gotta put out one of these. Now, when we succeed on this mission, we'll get a resource, so that'll be good. And we'll get to heal a heart in addition to getting an honor. So I think, let's just go right over there. Oh, this needs to go back in the bag. Now that I know there's another 2 in here, I don't feel as confident in drawing as I did before. Yeah, let's just move over and let's just go ahead and try to complete this mission. So once again, we just need a 2 or higher. Oh, we got a 1. Well, this seems like an excellent time to use this card in order to repeat a check. And when you repeat a check, you leave that there. You don't put it back. So again, our chances have improved. 3. Beautiful. So we succeed, get an honor, heal 1, and we get a resource. Come on, 3. Awesome success. Now an event. Oh no, Kazuka died. Discard Kazuka's token and gain 1 Paranoia. From now on, if cards 27 and 14 show up, they are discarded without effect. Kazuka dies in a shootout. Oh my goodness. So he's gone. That means we need less food. We also gain a Paranoia. And we gotta put one of these out. Wow. I guess now we only need 1 more food. So in that case, I think I'll just walk here. Then I'll walk here. And then I'll do a raid right here. Okay. Come on, 2 or higher. I gotta keep getting that 1. That's a little annoying. I don't think I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna hold on to this. I could use this to redraw. I'm just gonna take the failure. We'll lose 1 heart. Draw an event. Okay, jackfruit. Oh, this is handy. We're going to do another check, and if we succeed, we'll get 2 resource draws. Okay, come on. Come on. 6. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So we succeed. Get 2 resources. Oh my. 1, 2. Wow. So we stole and cooked some jackfruit. That was amazing. Got to put another one of these in there. And now we can end the round extremely successfully. First thing we do is remove 1 of these alerts from every single region. And now look at all these resources we gained. 8. And we only need 4. So we have 4 extra resources, which means we can remove 1 of these. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. So we have really taken care of all of the alert problems that we were having. That's fantastic. That jackfruit really helped. Move on to round 3. This is by far the best start that I've had. All right, back to Lubang. That's unfortunate because I left the alert there, or the alarm. Oh my goodness, and once again, we need our weapon, so, that's not great. We need to attack the house of a farming family. Boy, this might be an opportunity for us to just ignore that and move on. Just get the food we need. Well, let's not be hasty. Let's see how easy it is to repair this. And now we'll try a repair. Things should be relatively easy, you would think. Oh, we got a 0. All right, I'll spend this to try to do that again. All right. Succeeded. Substitute doctor. Okay, so we gotta deactivate our aid kit there, or else bad stuff happens, so we'll do that. We can now move over here. And unfortunately, we're not going to really have any way of doing this check again. So it's 1 or nothing here. And we need a 3 or higher. Huh, no! Wow. So really bad stuff happens. We lose a heart. We get 2 extra alert in Lubang. And I have to deactivate one of my companions. Absolutely brutal. Wow, so... Oh. We still have to deactivate the gun, even though we failed. And, okay, at least we get this for our event. This might change things. This is antenna. It'll let you repeat a check, or if your radio is active, you can remove up to 3 alerts from the map. And then I have to add one here. I think we're gonna have to abandon this mission. It just doesn't make sense. Let's go ahead and move out of there. And let's start raiding for food. All right, excellent. Oh, just 1. Gosh. That's annoying. All right. Oh, the problem is, and I didn't think about this, I can only hold 1 of these now because of this situation we have here with our companions. So I can't actually take that card. I would have to activate this first. I didn't think about that. If I had thought about that, I could have activated this earlier. That's okay, though. Maybe I'll activate it now. Yeah, so I'll spend this now to get 3 of these off the map. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. Because we don't want that to get to 6. And now I can do another raid action here. And all we need to do is avoid a 0. Should be easy enough. Okay, very good. Oops, that'll give us a resource. Okay, we just need 2 more. Radio. All right, we can hold that. We can hold 1. Radio is already active. Oops, put this here. And let's just go ahead and raid again. Perfect. Come on, 2 or 3. No. Still 1 shy. I could just drop it. Oh, and here we go. This is one of these round ones. So this is the Surrender of Fujita. Oh, from now on, for every successful raid, we'll get +1 resource, or we can activate a character. That is fantastic. So we're going to want to get another successful raid. So this just goes off to the side. This is just activated now. Now, if we wanted, like if it was bad and we wanted to get rid of it, we can always trash it by spending, like gaining a paranoia. Let's just go ahead and move into here. And we'll try to raid right here. 2 or better, 2 or better. Yeah. So now we'll get a resource and we can activate our... Because of that. Now he only needs 2 food, so we actually have more food than we need. Brilliant. And because he's active, we can hold another one of these reserve cards. This is washing clothes. We have to do a check. So we still just need a 2 or more. 5, beautiful. On a success, we'd have to activate our clothes, but they're already in fine shape. So that was nothing. And now I think we'll just move and in the round. So by ignoring the mission, or by failing the mission, I should say, we're going to miss out on that honor point, but not the end of the world. We're going to remove one of these from every region. And we have 5 food, so that's 1 extra. I can remove 1 more of these alarm tokens. Let's remove that one in case we need to get our weapon repaired. Going to round 4. Because it's the end of the round, this goes away. Landing strip, and it's in Lubang. You gotta be kidding me. We have way too many alarms over there. Oh, no. Well, let's start by getting food, and we may ignore that again, because I don't know, what are we going to do? There'll be 4 alarms there if we try to take on this mission. Unless we can get something to get rid of those, I just don't see it. So let's move down here and raid. A 0. Oh, man. Well, let's just spend this and do it again. 4. There we go. That's 2 food. That's good. Cool, we can teleport him to any region. That could prove handy, honestly. Let's now move here. I want to repair my first aid kit, because I know how important that can be on some of these event cards, having that activated. So our attempt to repair... God. What is with the 0? All right, let's try that again. I was going to use that move, but I really want to succeed on this. 4. Is that the exact same thing I drew last time? That's a success. Okay, this is another round event. Every time you fail a paranoia check, wow, we either have to lose a resource or gain an additional paranoia. All right, now we could just gain a paranoia to get rid of it. We haven't seen a paranoia check yet. Some of the event cards have paranoia checks where you draw from the bag and you have to beat your paranoia level. So right now our paranoia is at 1, so we'd have to get a 2 or higher. Yeah, that could happen on event cards, or it also happens when your health is lower than your paranoia. then every time you either lose health or gain paranoia, you have to do a paranoia check. We could just bank on this not happening. Yeah, let's just move. Move. And we'll do a raid. 2 or higher. Yes. Okay, come on. Give me 2 or 3. 2 or 3. That's a 1. Oh, so that's that 27. Since he died before, then this just doesn't happen, so we just discard it. That's pretty lucky. And honestly, I'm just going to end the round. We're 1 food short, so we will take a hit, but that mission was just not going to happen. I think we're done. We're going to remove 1 from each region. Because we're 1 food short, we lose a heart. Fifth round. This goes away. Now we're going to another region where it's not ideal. Oh man, and that's going to deactivate our companion. Once again, I'm tempted to ignore this mission. Risking deactivating a character and then we would be done. We wouldn't be able to complete it anyway. We'd have to draw like a 4 or higher because we move in there. There's going to be 3 alerts there. Okay, let's get food first and then we'll see. Maybe we'll get some cards that will help us out. So I'm going to move over here. And we're going to raid. Let's get these real mixed up. Oh, hey, that works. So 2 food. I'll take it. I'll take it. Every time you lose a heart, you have to deactivate a character. Ooh, that is brutal. I do not want to deactivate a character. I'm gonna spend a paranoia. Yeah. Gain a paranoia, get rid of this. That's too bad. And let's move over here. Spread out our rating. Three. Hey, there we go. Now luck's on our side. Oh, perfect. We got our food. There's a truck with speakers. We can deactivate our gun, which is not active, so we can't deactivate it. So we're gonna have to do a check. Just need a 2. Yeah, there we go. And we're gonna get another resource. Okay, this could help us. Beautiful. We have 3 more resources than we need. Yeah, we're coming back here. And we're ending this round. We're not going to even mess with that. And we're going to clear out some of these alerts. Or alarms. Keep wanting to call them alerts. Same difference. Going to remove 1. 2. 3. And now we're at the final round. I knew that was going to happen. Well, it's the same region here. The ox. Steal an ox from some peasants. We got to go activate our gun, but we can do that. So let's go ahead and move up there. We're going to try to repair. Yes. Blues and Tango. Deactivate our radio or do a paranoia check, which is right now at 2. Yeah, let's get rid of the radio. I don't want to be doing any checks if I don't have to. Now let's move down here. And we're going to try to complete this mission. Huh. Oh! Oh, yeah. Now we're on a roll. Honor, resource. We can't activate anybody. Come on, 3 resources. Okay, but still, that's really good. Get an event. Salt. Ooh. Draw 2 resources and keep 1. Or minus... Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to get rid of this right away. -1 paranoia and a resource. If this is a 3, then we can just get out of here. Oh! Beautiful. Yeah, that's it. Move and end the round. And that is the end of the game. Now, technically, we do go through, the end of the round stuff, although this doesn't really matter. And we have enough food. So we're not losing any hearts or anything. We're now simply going to add up points, and those points are shown right here. You can see we're getting 10 points for each of our honor points, and we were able to get 3 honor points. So that's 30. We get 10 points for each active companion. We had 1, so now we're up to 40. 5 points for every active object. We have 4 of those. That's 20 more. So now we're at 60. 10 points for each health point, and we ended at 7 health. That's 70 extra points. That's 130. And then we're -10 for each of our paranoia. We have 1, so that bumps us back down to 120 points. We can now look at this and see how well we did. It looks like we got between 91 and 130. So that is an historic result. It says, Hiro is a hero to the Japanese and is forgiven for all his crimes by the Philippine government. He returns to Japan and becomes a public figure, but has difficulty adapting to modern times. He follows in the footsteps of his older brother and goes to Brazil where he works in livestock. Finally, he decides to return to Japan where he sets up camps to teach young people traditional Japanese values. He dies happily and peacefully at the age of 91. And yes, that is all true. That is actually what historically happened. So there you have it. That was a complete play of Onoda. I think the only thing that I didn't explain is the paranoia check, because it works similar to an alarm check, but slightly different. So one way that it can happen is if the paranoia and the health marker cross. So like if that was to happen, you would then do a check against your paranoia. Let's put these back in. So right now the paranoia is at 5. So you would draw. Okay, we got a 3, so we failed. That would be game over. That would be like he went mad in the forest and killed himself. But what you can do is you can make up for the difference by losing health. You can't do that on an alarm check, but you can do that on a paranoia check. So we could make up the difference. We would need to get to a 6, so we'd have to lose 3 health. And there we go. We'd be left with 1 health. We could continue playing. We haven't died yet. If you do die, either by getting to 0 health or 10 paranoia, or you fail a paranoia check, then the game ends right there, regardless of where you are, and then you would add up your points still. But that's pretty much it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.